Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the starter deck Frieza leader in the first set of the Dragon Ball Super card game Fusion World. And to be honest, I probably underestimated how good this was, of a leader this was going to be in set one. It was clearly the best leader in the starter deck meta, but I thought going into it that Cooler was probably better. It did do like a lot of offensively untapping, which is really good with the 4-drop Frieza. But I've been doing a lot more testing online as also IRL, and with that testing, I think Frieza is just better right now as it is. It is great for also getting a lot of advantage, especially against people who aren't really used to Dragon Ball Super as a card game either. So I've been climbing very successfully with this leader on the Fusion World ladder, and I honestly think it's just in a really good spot. So we're going to talk about my personal build as of right now, as well as an example game going over just some playstyles for the deck, and just kind of going from there. So if you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, if you like the deck list and gameplay, please make sure to let me know in the comments. It's a little bit extra work, but I think you guys would like it more, and let me know if that is correct or not. So anyways, going into this deck real quick. This is kind of like the Ginyu version of it, which honestly I didn't think this card was going to be very good. Or it looked like it was really locked to the Ginyu leader, but it doesn't check for Ginyu Force cards. It only looks for Frieza's army cards, which is very easy to obtain two other of these on the board, especially with Raccoon being able to play itself and then the Ginyu on top of it. So it's very strong on being able to do that. And generally, it's just better to be able to play a zero cost 20k. It's like a 5k check, right? If your opponent doesn't have any 5ks in their hand, it means that they have to get rid of a 10k, so they have to over combo, which is nice for us. So I do like that. And then obviously we can use our Frieza leader to restand it at the end of the turn and get that extra value there too. So generally, I think this is a deck that's really, really good against green, which is why I think it's viable, since green is the most popular deck right now. Cooler also is really good against green, which I thought this was the reason I played this deck, or Cooler instead of this deck for a long time, because I thought that Cooler was just generally better for it, and it did have a pretty good green matchup if you're able to be aggressive and fast enough with it. But I just feel like at the end of the day, Frieza as a leader is just better at doing it, so I just got a lot more success with it. So yeah, the general play that we'll see in the gameplay as well is that turn one we want to play either Sorbet or Zarbon. Frieza 1-drop is actually not too bad of a choice too if we go second. Generally, I actually do want to go first with this deck because we get to play, again, one of these 1-drops there. Our opponent's turn, they're going to play a 5-drop probably, which means that our best 2-drop to play after that is Frieza, which generally, like Zarbon, can help us find. But this card is very good, being able to be a 20k, gets the rest of something, so we use this. Depending on how I'm feeling and what I'm playing against, either I'm going to have my leader attack into the 1-drop that they rested, or I'm going to have my 1-drop Zarbon or Sorbet attack into it too, which is really good. And then we have either 1 or 2 Frieza armies out already. And I also, that kind of depends on it too. If I have Raccoon in hand, then I usually attack with my 1-drop. And then if I don't, then I just attack with the leader instead. Defend this Frieza from getting hit at any cost. Then you'll have, again, 1 or 2 Frieza armies. We can Raccoon into Ginyu, which means we get to play this for free. We get the 2 energy back. And then we can play like a Birder or a Knees, a Zarbon, or anything else that. So generally, we want to awaken as soon as possible because we get so much value from this leader. So we go down to 4 very quickly, and then we get to just get a bunch of 20k attacks, as we'll see in the video too. So that's pretty standard for what we want. We do have to be careful about our Frieza armies in case we need to get that free Ginyu energy as well. We are running a 3-2 split of Nias and Zarbon, just because I do think that there is a good consistency. Zarbon is like worse because it is a 5k counter, but it is a Frieza's army. So you want to play this early game, and then late game you really do not care to see this. Knees is better as a counter late game. You never want to play it late game because it takes the life unless you're trying to go for game. So I think that's impactful too. And that's kind of what it looks like. So other than that, we do have like the Birder as like a backup copy of Ginyu. It's also a 10k combo, which we don't really mind. We also have the 3-drop Frieza, just another 10k combo and a Zarbon target. I also sometimes play this against Broly because it does pressure them for free, which is really good. And then we do have a 4-2 split between the Frieza and the Cooler. This card is just fantastic in this deck, being able to be a 40k attack on turn 4. Like, I almost always want to see this on turn 4. It's the first thing we drop for the turn. The fact that we get to restand it for free is really nice. It does, obviously being able to do 40k double with Cooler is very strong, and I do miss that from time to time, but I do think this is great by itself. 4-drop Cooler, it is currently bugged in the client, so I'm not dependent on this as much, but honestly, I don't find this card getting a lot of value all the time. It might get like less and less. I started at 4 copies, went down to 3. I'm down to 2 right now, just because I felt like it was a card that I was always charging in most situations. So because of that, I don't know if I need more or less of this, but it's fine at 2 right now. If you guys don't have this card, don't feel like you have to craft it if you don't have it. It's fine. It's better when it's not bugged in the client, but even then, I didn't find myself actually playing it. It's just like a backup copy of Frieza that's not searchable. So like this card is just, you find it more often. 3 copies of Golden Frieza, I think this is fine. Some people run 4, I think that's fine too. But this is like our good boss monster. Going second, we almost always want to see this. Being able to stun whatever they played, get some double strike pressure is very good. And chances are in most decks they aren't able to remove this, so you get to stun something again the turn after, which is really good. And then Supernova, this is good against a lot of decks that aren't green, because green generally don't play cards that are affected by this. So, which is also why like Cooler 4-drop's not as good, because most of their cards aren't like 4 or 2 or less that they play. You get like a occasional 1-drop ping, but I think that it's just okay for it. So same thing for the Supernova. Since green is playing a lot of 5 costs and above, this doesn't really affect them, but being able to get that plus 20k does come up pretty often, and helps you kind of go for game at times. So I think 2 copies is safe as well. And then lastly, 2 copies of Kui. It's a little bit of attack against 8-drop Broly and like 17-18. Where if you are able to put this up, it's either a blocker, or if they try to pop it with one of those cards, you just get to rest it so they don't get to attack. So it's good for both those scenarios. It's a little green tech, and it's a 10k counter, so I'm never really upset about having it in hand. But it's just kind of a neat little tech for those. Again, like if they play 8-drop Broly, they either have to pop this card, which means that you rest it so they don't get the double swings, or if they attack with Broly and they don't pop this card, they swing, they restand, you block with Kui, and then you get to rest the Broly, so you get rid of the other attack too. So it's good in those scenarios. So anyways, just generally pretty okay deck. I don't think it's a little expensive. You kind of want as many Ginyus as you want, and Frieza. If you don't have coolers, don't worry about it, but I think the rest of it is pretty standard for where it is. So this is the build, and let's go to the example game real quick. Alright, and here is my example game. It's going to be me on the Frieza leader versus a Gohan Childhood, which is probably the best deck in the game right now. And we're going to see what this looks like real quick. I'm going to remove this replay feature there. There it is. All right. So we went first, which again, I honestly usually want in this as well. And we have a pretty okay hand. Having a 1-drop and the 2-drop Frieza is usually what we want. We play the 1-drop Sorbet, and we pass there pretty easy. We do have a couple copies of Ginyu, which is nice too. They're going to attack into us. We're going to take this because we want to get down to 4 life as soon as possible. There we are there, going down to 7. Getting a Raccoon. So honestly, our hand is looking super duper good. And they're playing the 1-drop Gohan, so we really are able to get that value there too. So I'm going to switch back to us. Probably, charging the Kui. We're going to play the 2-drop Frieza there. This is going to let us attack into the leader, and we're going to rest the Gohan. There we go there. Going to get a Golden Frieza from our life. They're going to probably take this 20k. Yep, take it pretty quickly. And then I'd probably swing with Sorbet. Yeah, I end up doing that. Swing Sorbet 5k to 5. And goes down to that getting hit. And then we're going to attack our leader into theirs, since we want to be very aggressive. Gohan is a very late game, high energy deck, so being able to push them down and not make their late game is pretty good for us. So we go down to 6 life apiece. They're going to charge another extra card there. They're going to attack into our Sorbet. We do not care, because we will be able to awaken with the Raccoon and the Ginyu, which is quite nice. And Destructive Strength going up to 3, but they don't have any 1-drops to play and get that extra value. So we get another copy of Ginyu. We're going to put the 1 copy Raccoon in there. We're going to attack, take 1 card from life, another Golden Frieza. They're going to go down to 5. We're going to end up playing the Raccoon from hand as well, which is going to take another card from our life, and then it's going to be able to play a Ginyu. And I kind of need a 2-drop to play after this, otherwise I lose a lot of energy that I could have played otherwise, because neither of these Ginyus can be played here. We get a 3rd copy of Ginyu, which again cannot be played due to the Ginyu effect. So we got 1 more draw with this Frieza here, and ends up being the 2-drop Frieza, which is just fantastic there. So we go down to 4, and our opponent goes down to 4, and then we're going to have these 20k attacks coming in, so another 20 into 15. They're going to awaken as well. There we go, going down to a 4-life 20k leader for that Gohan. Getting the all art, that looks real clean. And then, 25 to 20. We're going to try one more time with this Ginyu, 20 to 20. Taking an Aandroidd 18 out of there. And then probably, we're going to play a Frieza, and then just another 20k attack. Which is quite good. Yeah, we're not going to use the effect there, going down to 3 life. We're going to end our turn. We're going to use our Frieza effect to restand both of our Friezas, because they do have some really important on attacking effects as well, in case they play some 1-drops. Alright, they're going to attack into our Ginyu. We're okay with using a Raccoon to save it. I don't expect to play Raccoon for the rest of the game either. Alright, and they are playing the 1-drop MOA there. It looks top 5, finds a Destructive Strength, which they're going to be able to play another one. So they do get all the way up to 5 energy pretty quickly. And they have a 1-drop Goku as well, so they do get to use all of their energy this turn. Very nice for them. And they have like a pretty fat hand of 11 cards. We're going to charge our Golden Frieza because we honestly only need 1 for a game like this. Going to attack 20k into there. Going to rest with the MOA. They're going to use the combo of the Goku because they know that they're going to lose it pretty quickly. 20 into 25. We're going to attack with Leader real quick. Get a 3-drop Frieza. They're going to use another 5k MOA attack, counter rather. We're going to just keep going 20ks, I think, all the way down the line. Yep, 20k from the Raccoon. Another MOA 5k. Yeah, that's kind of the beauty for it, where we kind of just force them to have these 5ks to get out of it. And sometimes we get like the extra value of some 10ks because they don't have anything. But they just drew a lot of these 1k, 1-drop 5ks, so they're not like losing too much from it. But we use Frieza, decide not to take the life. I could have, but just decided not to. And there's a 10k, which is quite nice. We're going to be able to play another Ginyu real quick. Yeah, go down another 20k attack. So we've had 6 20k attacks. So that means essentially discarding 6 cards from their hand, which is pretty impressive. And then also we're going to play this 4-drop Frieza. And they could like super combo and something out of it, but we'll see if that ends up being the case. No, they did not. So going down to 2 life on turn 4, we get to restand the Frieza and one of our 20k Friezas as well. And they do have the good card on curve. It is the 17 and 18. Getting rid of both of our Friezas, which is a good call for that MOA. And they end up just attacking into the Ginyu, which is a little interesting in my mind. They attack into this other Ginyu. I think about saving it probably. Oh, they end up doing the... they make it 35k, so never mind. They got it. I'm not going to stop them from doing that, so there we go. A little telling, though, because they went down to 6 life, or to 5 energy, so they can top out at 6 next turn. We're going to attack into their life real quick. They're going to use the MOA. And so here's like a kind of important thing. I could have just like played Golden Frieza and go all the way in, but I think with the other Frieza, we get just more pressure from getting a 40k swing and then a 35k swing. So I'm honestly not worried, especially since I can be kind of safe about it. So we do another 20k swing. We're going 40k into their 17-18, which gets another card out of their hand, since at this point we know that we're going for their big swing. I could have also played another Ginyu here. I probably should have done that just to get the extra pressure, but that's fine. We're going to go all the way in, and we end up going into a big 85k. They end up taking the life, going down up to 35. Or sorry, taking the card from energy, and they had 2 super combos in hand. So it's and then an instant Kamehameha. So they lost 2 energy over all this. They do get out of it. So we have no cards in hand, but they have 3 cards in energy and 2 cards in hand. So I'm going to restand my 4-drop and my 5-drop. I could have maybe left the one of the Friezas up because I didn't think they're going to get rid of it. But 4-drop I need to restand just so I have that every turn, and Golden Frieza kind of represents lethal. So we draw a birder for hand. We're going to attack into the 17-18 just to prevent them from getting card advantage from drawing 1. We're going to so that's kind of like the idea of being able to attack them without getting card advantage since we have something with double strike present. We're going to attack 40k into 40k. They are going to gigantic meteor out of it, which is an extra 15k. And then we're going to play the knees just to be able to get an extra card into our hand. We're going to attack again. We're going to stun the 17-18. And we're going to probably use all of our counter. Yeah, so this is going to be a big 65k swing into 20k. They're going to use another energy from Son Gohan Childhood. And then a 3rd super combo. And a gigantic meteor. So they've had... I think they've seen all their super combos, if not all of them. Most of them right now. So they survive again, but I don't think they're winning next turn. So we're going to restand both their cards with Frieza. They have 2 energy going to 3. Yeah, that's fine. They're going to attack into us to go down to 2. Alright, we get a 2-drop Frieza. They're going to pass it back. We have 3 energy right now. I'm going to attack into their 17-18. I'm probably thinking of attacking the 4-drop into... Yeah, I'm just going to do a straight 35k. Yeah, because they've used 3 super combos, and there is the 4th. All right, so now I know they're just out. They're just straight out. All right, another 40k there. Into their leader, which they take. And then we're going to play a 1-drop Zarbon, look top 5. We're going to find a 3-drop Frieza, which is going to have a 10k counter associated with it. We're going to play our second 4-drop Frieza, attack into it, 40k. And then just all of our counter. And hopefully this is enough. 60k. They're going to go down, use the effect, 35k, 45k, and not enough. So there we go. So honestly, I think this shows off just how good that Frieza can be against green. We're just really aggressive. We do a lot of quick swings at 20k, and they really don't have enough. It punishes them having to do like a setup turn on their 3rd energy turn to set up the ramp. So that's kind of the video for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more of these kind of breakdowns and game overviews, please let me know. I'm definitely down to do them in the future. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe and check out some live streams that I have planned in the future. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it.